there has been an absolute fundamental policy to conduct surveillance, covert surveillance, in every way, shape and form on the Muslim community in this country. And we've had courts erected, secret courts, to hear secret evidence. Where does it come from? It comes from informants who've been pressured, coerced, persuaded to give evidence against you and me. It comes by surveillance, telephone taps, and that is used to justify the secret courts. So a man or woman accused, the men who were interned indefinitely without trial, was all on the basis of surveillance. And the claim was national security meant that the person accused couldn't know. But this isn't new. Implanted all over this city, all over this country, are covert cameras. It's simply the clumsy, stupid overkill of putting up so many overt cameras. There's, by serious investigation, to be congratulated, meant that you know how many there are, and that there are covert cameras too. But it's not new. And so the battle is for the legitimacy to have a private life, the legitimacy, if you're going to be accused, to know what the evidence against you, but the illegitimacy of the state in assuming that it can have blanket power to conduct blanket surveillance. It isn't right. It isn't right morally, but it isn't right legally. And there's an important case, perhaps you've already talked about it this evening, in the last few weeks, in the European Court of Human Rights. The 2003 case takes stamina, took 7 years to get a decision. But 2 people on their way to protest at an arms fair were stopped by police under the terrorism powers. No reason for it. Just justified because police claim they have blanket powers to do that. The European Court said your right to respect for your privacy, your family life, the right to integrity was violated by the government because the police had used amorphous language, unjustifiable reasons to conduct blanket stop and searches. The European Court that we're bound by has said that that is unlawful. What's different from what's happened here? An unlawful intrusion into your privacy as you come and go in your homes. Unlawful blocking as a friend comes to your door under the use of amorphous, ridiculous, loose language. The law demands clarity. The law demands that everybody should know what the law's about. You can't say, as I read, as being justification for this, that the community will be reassured that it's being protected against violent extremism. What does that mean? It's without meaning. And even if there is someone you could call a violent extremist, if he or she comes to your house to get a cup of sugar, the CCTV camera clocks that. It registers that, but without any knowledge of the content of the exchange. And if you think it's melodramatic to say this is what's being fed in to so-called intelligence, it isn't. In the secret courts, this is the kind of thing that has been led to people's bail being taken away without reasons. Said 2 people came to your house, but we won't tell you why, but that's a breach of your bail. People who live in a multiple apartment building, nobody came to their house. Camera doesn't lie, or does the camera lie? Of course the camera can lie. And another important case about DNA in the European Court of Human Rights, which held this country is again behaving unlawfully in taking DNA and not destroying it. It has DNA of innocent people. What do you think is happening? The CCTV camera may simply be an electronic device. It's not a human being. It hasn't been coerced into recording. It isn't so tangible as that. But what if the data it's keeping? Isn't that total intrusion? And the last piece of law to commend to your attention is those rights: right to a family life, right to respect for your privacy. Those rights have to be respected by our government on a non-discriminatory basis. If it can be shown that they are being violated in relation to one section of the community against another on a blanket basis, that is unlawful. And therefore you have to consider it isn't just intrusion, it isn't just unpleasant, it isn't just an insult to the community, it is unlawful.